course, number 13 car, but it was after a nibble which unsettled the AWA Chevrolet.
And the 120 right Porsche of Aychan Guven that had to take emergency service at the last full course yellow is now only 4.2 seconds off the lead in 4th place. So Aychan Guven has put an enormous number of overtakes in there. Meanwhile, at the front of the field, Matt Campbell's having to go defensive because Felipe Nasr has got a big head of steam here as they go through the International Horseshoe. Now, they've got to be smart here. They can't hold each other up because Tom Blomqvist will pounce at any opportunity given to him. This race is in the hands of Porsche. They've got to make sure that they get this win. But for the drivers, I would think it's more about their thinking, as long as I get this win. Those are the slight conflicting priorities, I guess.
This is a lot easier to follow now because we have GTP and GTD Pro all in the same part of the racetrack, and the Porsche ahead, Matt Campbell being slightly delayed because he couldn't get by Alex Sims. Sims, of course, wanting to get the best line into turn 6 to pass Dennis Alton and to defend from Kelvin van der Linde. And they're going to have a nibble here, side by side down the back straight between the two Porsche Penske Motorsport cars, and Felipe Nasr on the inside will take the race lead of the Rolex 24 hours this year. So it's still a Porsche 1-2, but 7 now ahead of 6 with 22.5 minutes to go.
Wow, the brilliant Brazilian strikes again. Felipe Nasr, many times a champion in this championship, winner last year in the Rolex 24, but Matt Campbell, who was in the car with him, is going to go back at it again around the high side, going through the tri-oval, the two Porsche Penske machines, but Nasr saying no way, hits the brakes a little bit later, but Campbell's going to try and tough it out on the outside, but no, Nasr holds it off, and Tom Blomqvist just rubbing his hands going, yes, you guys keep doing that, I'm going to come and join in and make this a three-way flight.
Yeah, so the Acura will be loving this because it kind of been left behind as they were formation flying, and clearly the order remains at Penske that they're free to race. Either that or Felipe Nasr just did not get the memo, and Felipe Nasr now leading, although he's gone a little bit wide into the Western Horseshoe. 7 ahead of 6, ahead of the chasing number 60 Acura. Order remaining the same for the time being in GTD Pro. So let's get this CrowdStrike update from Jamie Howe.
Watching from the Porsche Penske pits, and it's very clear that these two cars, these two teams, all under the same roof, they're allowed to battle it out. But when they are one behind the other, the word is you protect each other, you stay together, you do what you have to do to hold off the rest of the field. But when one of them can make a move around the other, it is one man for themselves. And you just watch as the teams, there is no strife here underneath the tents in the pit lane, and everybody's just watching on, biting their nails, trying to figure out which one of these two cars are going to take home the victory.
And to cover off the LMP2 story, the erstwhile top 2 in the class, the 18 Era car, the 52 PR1 Matheson car, both have come to pit lane. Front damage to the 52, rear damage to the 18. That incident is under review, so those two did come together fighting for the lead here in the final hour, and that has put Sebastian Bourdais through to the lead of the racing class. They still have to save some fuel in order to make it to the end.
Well, Sebastian Bourdais basically the last man standing because the number 52 PR1 Matheson car has been given a drive-through penalty, so the 18 taken out by the 52, so the 18 can't make the challenge, neither can the 52. So that then means that Sebastian Bourdais in the number 8 Tower Motorsport car has got a big advantage all of a sudden in LMP2 back to the 22 United Autosport car. And you think, how did that happen? Well, everyone's just getting penalties and hitting each other, and Sebastian Bourdais is just keeping calm. And, well, is another Rolex watch in his grasp for John Ferrano and the team for Tower Motorsports. What a story. Meanwhile, GTD Pro, Olsen versus Sims. Two guys who look so unassuming and calm, but in the car, they're animals.
They really are. Do all the talking out on the racetrack. This is some arm wrestle between Mustang and Corvette, with BMW waiting in the wings. I'm just remembering back to the fact that I'd said nobody really wants to win LMP2. We had a huge queue of cars coming out of pit road, absolutely nose to tail, and they have steadily fallen like flies to leave the number 8 car for Tower Motorsports away and gone. So will that seal it for crew number 8? We'll wait and see. Still 19 minutes to go, and the BDO knows strategy award needing to be awarded to both a prototype and a GT car before the checkered flag. Porsche's back through the tri-oval for the 769th time. Felipe Nasser leading Matt Campbell by 0.3 of a second.
But look at Tom Blomqvist. He's pulled 0.3 of a second out of Matt Campbell in second place on that last lap, and he's there. He's right there, a couple of car lengths behind. So this is a three-way shootout for the 63rd Rolex 24 at Daytona. 18 minutes to go. There's two Porsches there, there's one Acura, but we can only hand the watches out to one car. Are Acura going to pull an absolute blinder here? We've seen Meyershank Racing win these races in the past. Have they got another trick up their sleeve? They've got their superstar in the car in Tom Blomqvist. Can he upset the Porsche party here?
They're at turn 6. LMP2 lead is a good 45 seconds, so we can almost just gloss over that for the time being, unless anything really dramatic happens, i.e. contact. GTD Pro totally together. Ford Mustang and Dennis Olsen has a half a second lead over Alex Sims through the last tri-oval section. They're partway round a lap now, though, with the Chevrolet, the BMW, and the second Corvette of Nico Varone snapping at their heels, and it's getting really close again for GTD. I'd seen that Matt Bell was a little closer in the AWA car. Mattia Drudi, again, having to stick the elbows out in the 27 Heart of Racing Aston Martin.
And he is. Matt Bell's going to be able to return the favour. Remember, Drudi had a pretty aggressive move on him, a little bit of a tap and run to get the lead in GTD. Matt Bell has indeed returned the favour. He's just moved to the front on our timing screen. So Matt Bell hits the front for AWA, Corvette in GTD. In GTD Pro, the leaders are coming through to the Le Mans chicane now. Olsen goes a little bit on the defensive side to block the path of Alexander Sims, but gets a great exit. That Mustang has got fantastic traction out of the Le Mans chicane.
So, yeah, confirmation that the Corvette is now ahead of the Aston Martin in